What's going on, everybody? Back out here again today for another predictive, preemptive video, and we're going to get straight to it, uncut, no takes, right into the news because I got a lot of very bullish numerology and news to go over, as well as both the Bitcoin and XRP price chart. And with all that being said, we'll get straight into it. We see right here that Visa, a known RippleNet partner, acquires RippleNet partner Currency Cloud for 950 million US dollars. Very bullish partnership that I wanted to share with you guys. Doing very big things with Visa. We know they're going to be an on-ramp, off-ramp for cryptocurrencies. Visa, the payment processing giant, has signed a definitive agreement to acquire cross-border remittance provider Currency Cloud. The deal is valued at 700 million or 950 million US dollars, inclusive of cash and retention incentives. Both the companies were able in a strategic partnership before the acquisition. Currency Cloud is also a RippleNet partner, which means it uses Ripple-made remittance tools to facilitate cross-border transactions. The acquisition of Currency Cloud is another example of Visa executing on our network of networks strategy to facilitate global money movement, said their global treasurer. He said consumers and businesses increasingly expect transparency, speed, and simplicity when making or receiving international payments. With our acquisition of Currency Cloud, we can support our clients and partners to further reduce the pain points of cross-border payments and develop great user experiences for their customers. And how they doing that? Oh yeah, with the Ripple-made remittance tools to facilitate these cross-border transactions. That's the Internet of Value, on-demand liquidity, global liquidity, and the interledger protocol that they're using. Thank you. We see right here at Currency Cloud, we always strive to deliver a better tomorrow for all. From the smallest startup to the global multinationals, reimaging how money flows around the global economy, just more exciting as we join Visa. So very bullish article that I want to share with you guys. We see right here as well that we know that Stellar has been doing big things. Not to mention the Oracle partnership or with Circle. We know they've got USDC that looks to scale upwards of $200 billion on their balance sheets by this time next year. And now we see Stellar developing decentralized finance smart contracts. Very bullish. We know that Stellar is going to be a major player, and sitting at 26 cents right now is highly undervalued. The little brother of XRP. There's so much tribalism going on with the next article about Stellar that I'll get to in a minute. But we see right here that Stellar DeFi smart contracts bringing TSS to Stellar. What is Venus, you guys? Project Venus, that's what's coming to Stellar. Very bullish. We're going to talk about that. We see that bringing TSS to Stellar and what is Venus, according to the detailed blog post from Script3 developers, Stellar Network XLM is going to completely onboard a new type of smart contract. The proposed design utilizes Turing signing services or turrets. So very bullish. I'm not going to get too far into this article, but it's really not much. You can read it, pause the screen, read it, see why it's going to potentially be better than Ethereum. We know there's a lot of cryptocurrencies out there nicknamed the Ethereum killer by the people that follow them. There's a ton. ADA, Flare, I mean, you name it. A lot of people call themselves the Ethereum killer. It's just their followers saying that. But we see this right here has sparked a lot of tribalism between, well, not between anyone, but on the crypto Twitter page, the crypto sphere is going pretty ham. We see some very tribalistic articles being written about MoneyGram and the potential buyout from Stellar. Stellar looking to buy out MoneyGram. We know that they were a known XRP partner before the December solstice, winter solstice, December 22nd lawsuit with XRP. You know, they backed out. So it doesn't surprise me that they're going to go with somebody that's got the same exact technology built to handle cross-border and remittance payments. Very bullish to see Stellar stepping up the game. We know it's going to be a big deal. This is fundamental news. Everybody wants to know why price doesn't move. Well, price doesn't move price. The fundamental news moves price. And right here, MoneyGram International Inc., one of the largest money transfer services in the U.S., has received preliminary takeover interest from Stellar Development Foundation and private equity firm Advant International, according to the people familiar with this matter. San Francisco-based Stellar, which oversees a network for facilitating cross-border payments, is working with Advant on a potential accusation of MoneyGram, said the people, who asked, how rude, who asked to not be identified because the matter isn't public. No final decision has been made, and Stellar and Advant could opt to not proceed with a deal. They said representatives from MoneyGram and Advant declined to comment. A representative for Stellar Development couldn't immediately be reached for comment. So, you know, we see there's a lot going on right here to be determined that I do believe could be very bullish for Stellar in the end. We'll see what happens. We know that VCHAIN Foundation reveals their roadmap to POA 2.0. POA is Proof of Authentication 2.0, authenticity. So as we go on to see VCHAIN, you know, very big holding in my portfolio. Not financial advice, just saying I'm very bullish on this foundation, this startup. We know that a major milestone for the project, the foundation expects to eliminate the trade-offs from the Nakamoto consensus and Byzantine fault tolerance, the BFT consensus used by Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The new Proof of Authenticity 2.0 consensus will enable the blockchain VCHAIN Thor to leverage a high throughput capability with guaranteed data finality. Very bullish. Thus, the users and companies building on this platform can apply high volume use cases with the highest level of data security, according to the VCHAIN Foundation. The update has been dubbed Surface, meaning secure, use case adaptive, relatively fork-free approach of chain extension. We see their chief scientist at the VCHAIN Foundation said that the consensus algorithm is the most important part of a public blockchain. Its major upgrade on mainnet has to be done with the max cautiousness. It'll be done on VCHAIN Thor, step by step. Never expect it to be a one-off thing where you are doing it a wrong way. We see what this means for the roadmap and VCHAIN, VThor, its entire ecosystem. We know that the Proof of Authenticity 2.0 was developed to meet the increasing demand for better performances and greater security from the enterprise and business tier clients developing solutions with our toolsets. With the involvement of blockchain experts from top-tier research, see how they put that there, research partners contributing, Proof of Authenticity 2.0 is a significant milestone in the entire blockchain industry. Very bullish. I'm going to stop right there. You can continue to read on. You know, that's pretty much it right there. But we know VCHAIN is doing big things, and it's a very, very big deal. VCHAIN gang, you guys. And we know XDC Network spearheads Blockchain 4.0, adding accountability and forensic protocols. Do what? Very bullish. I mean, I believe Quarter R3, ZenFin, and their network with their XDC token is light years ahead of the game. Almost more than anyone out there. And I truly believe that Singapore will be the cryptocurrency hub of the entire globe. I do not say that lightly. I just know that they're going to do big things out there. They already have been for a year plus, and we see Access Wire from yesterday telling us that the XDC network, a global open source enterprise ready hybrid blockchain protocol, today announces the development of a new reviewed consensus mechanism, the XDPOS 2.0. aptly coined Blockchain 4.0, where Blockchain 1.0 was the base layer, 2.0 focused on smart contracts, 3.0 added scalability, now 4.0 adds a level of accountability to blockchains. The next generation decentralized consensus engine with a state-of-the-art forensic monitoring system enhances accountability and archerability. So very bullish, you guys. I'm not going to deep dive into this, but you can when I share it down below. I'm a very big holder of XDC, one of my favorite tokens, top 5 in my portfolio. Really think it's going to do big things. At 5 cents, I think it's a steal and a life-changing generational wealth asset in the near distant future. So on to the next one, you guys. Got a few more before we get into the couple price charts. We're going to look at Bitcoin, XRP, as well as a ton of numerology that's going to blow your damn socks off. We see right here, Ripple says, ensuring that our digital future is a sustainable one. Very bullish article. We know that the economic shutdown, this bear flu, carries with it some surprising and welcome reverberations beyond just the stock market. Case in point, the resulting environmental impact. The world is bearing witness to massive reductions across nearly every energy sector imaginable. At the highest of the bear flu-induced economic shutdown, countries under full lockdown experienced an average 25% decline in energy demand per week. Non-renewable energy resources like coal and oil faced the biggest global declines as part of the shutdown. Coal demand fell 8% year on year in the first quarter of 2020. And, it just continues to go on. It talk about a lot of statistics that we saw last year that we're obviously facing now and going to be facing. The energy required to fuel a digital future is what they get into talking about and how they look to achieve that. The crypto impact. Very bullish article that I highly suggest that you just really deep dive into and understand that this is where we're going. Point blank, period. On to the next one. We see breaking news. Former president of the European Central Bank has warned that the global financial system requires an orderly transition to a potential changing mix of reserve currencies. Surprise, surprise. Very bullish article from Gold Telegraph. You've heard me say time and time again, I do believe that gold, silver, cryptocurrencies will be added to the SDR, special drawing rights basket of currencies in the near distant future. Gold, silver will no longer be a barbarous asset that they tell you to stay away from. It will be deemed money and used in transactions worldwide for the first time in a long time. It's been 50 years since we came off a gold standard and the time is almost up. We see right here, the EU, the European Union Commission, has proposed legislation to ensure full traceability of crypto asset transfers. To prevent and detect their possible use for money laundering and terrorism financing. Not to mention that, they just use these cash dollars for the same damn thing. Nobody ever said anything about that. Anyways, they're saying anonymous crypto asset wallets will be prohibited. More informational currency warfare, because I don't really know how they're going to stop it. If these people choose to use an anonymous wallet, they're going to do it. It's decentralized. They can't control it. What are they going to do? They're probably going to give you a smack on the wrist just like them banks, right? I doubt it. EU proposes law to ensure full traceability of crypto transfers. Bans anonymous wallets. Informational currency warfare. I'm not getting into it. Read between the lines. Understand what's going on. decentralized finance. You have the capability of controlling your own finance for the first time in the history of the world. So you're going to see these things like this. Okay, point blank, period. Nothing. I mean, they're going to come out and tell you that cryptocurrencies for money launderers and criminals. Remember that. And then yet they are out gobbling it up. Remember J.P. Morgan in 2017 said he'd fire anybody, or Jamie Dimon with J.P. Morgan and Chase. He said he'd fire any one of his employees that bought or sold Bitcoin. Yet they gobbled it up, made millions and billions of dollars. Listen to the EU if you want to. Anyway, we see the chosen one. The World Economic Forum names XRP as crypto asset most relevant in central bank digital currency space. What? See, it ain't just me saying it. It's 6,000 plus hours worth of research done out here, proven to you day in and day out, article after article, partnership after partnership. Fundamental news. The World Economic Forum, the WEF, is looking at Ripple's native currency XRP as the most relevant cryptocurrency in the emerging central bank digital currency CBDC space. We wonder why we so bullish. These are the same folks that gave you Event 201 and then gave us the bear flu. These are the same folks that just gave you a 3 damn day event of fucking cyber polygon where they hacked everything in the world and shut it all down. Banking, hospitals, transportation, food supplies, electricity, power grids. And you wonder why over the weekend we saw 33,322 companies down. I don't know. 33 equaling the 33 levels of Freemasonry. The highest level you can go in Scottish Rite Freemasonry, 332. Skull and Bones equals 322. Wuhan coronavirus, the first place with 322 outbreaks. Like you think numbers don't mean things. Okay, I'm just saying. Get ready for the hack. The World Economic Forum's telling you who they going with. The World Economic Forum, WEF, is looking at Ripple's native currency, XRP, as the most relevant cryptocurrency in the emerging central bank digital currency space. Its report published earlier this year says central banks and government agencies are looking at the potential CBDCs to solve global financial issues such as financial inclusion and stability of payment systems. The Geneva-based international organization also made a clear distinction between CBDCs and cryptocurrencies. CBDC is a digitalized version of sovereign currency created and issued by and a liability of the country's monetary authority. CBDC differs from other forms of digital or virtual currencies, including cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and stablecoins, which are not issued by central banks, were typically considered legal tender. Informational currency warfare, just in that paragraph alone. They're letting you know that they didn't issue them, that they have no control over them, that they're trying not to have them legal tender. They're typically not considered legal tender, but they're going to be added to the SDR basket of currency, and he's telling you this in this article, basically. So you can continue to read that, but it says Ripple's on-demand liquidity service allows financial institutions to transmit in real-time across multiple global markets using the digital asset XRP, and such a solution can also support the direct exchange of central bank digital currencies. XRP is faster, less costly, and more scalable than any other digital asset, making it the ideal instrument in bridging two different currencies quickly and efficiently. And we know this. You've heard me say this time and time again. And they know this. That's why they've had Ripple make them their own private ledger with their own walled gardens, because their technology is completely transparent, so they couldn't have that at the central banks. They needed Ripple to make them their own walled gardens, so they made them their own private ledger. And you don't think this is where we going? Okay. I'm just a speculator. Wake the fuck up, Neo. We see right here, Enigma, it said Mr. Poole has done it again. He's done it again. Bank of International Settlements. We see he tweeted this out in February, you guys. And right here, months later, we see the Bank of International Settlements talks about, with their little picture of umbrellas, how well have financial market infrastructures planned for business continuity when interruptions occur. The Community on Payments and Market Infrastructures and ISOCO Press have released a survey of 38 financial markets infrastructures from 29 jurisdictions. It's a pretty interesting article. I didn't really understand why it meant a lot, but I mean, we just continue to see these things time and time again. Very bullish. Right here, last tweet. Oh no, yeah, this is the last tweet. We see from Tyler Durden right here. Wake up, Cornelius. All my veterans, they'll get that. But from Tyler Durbin right here, we see from Zero Hedge why central bank digital currencies should never see the light of day. Very, very bullish article that I highly suggest you read. Follow Zero Hedge every day. You can't go wrong. I mean, really, highly suggest you just pay attention to what they're saying in these articles and talking about central bank digital currencies, wholesale and retail central bank digital currencies. Everything. Very, very bullish. You'll get a great understanding on where they're pushing the masses into. Okay. And we see right here, last but not least, David Schwartz said he had a message for all of us. Yes, even you. And it's amazing what you find when you do the numerology and gematria around yes, even you. I'm going to leave that to you guys. Okay. But a message to all of his followers. He said he loves you guys. He said he loves you. And on to the next. Right here. Very important. Let's get straight into it. Today's date is July 24th, 2021. When we type that in the calculator, we're getting an 18. Very important. I'm going to keep an eye on in a minute, okay? But when we add that up, 7 plus 24 plus 20 plus 21, we get 72. Awesome. Well, we know Bitcoin equals 72 in numerology, correct? Today equals 72 in numerology. The markets have been up the last few days. Very important day to keep an eye out. Was looking at the close today that we'll talk about in a minute. Very, very important. Seeing some good things. So none of this is surprising, right? When you take today's date and you write it 7/20, because we're the only country in the world that don't know how to write a fucking date. We write it 7/20, you get 72 when you remove the zero. Numerology, remember that. So again, Bitcoin tying into today's date. 3 different ways. Very important. We see that Venus is the mirror of 81. As above, so below, ties us in again to today's date. Very important to keep an eye on. We see Venus also gives us 27, the mirror of 72. Today's date numerology equals 72. The mirror of 72 is 27, as above, so below. Very important, okay? Now, real quick, we see 7/20, 2021 was the low for Bitcoin, I believe. Very important to keep an eye on. But we see Bitcoin has got a breakout on the RSI, the relative strength index, from a set of lower highs for quite some time, 7-8 month period. We finally got a breakout. Look for a retest of this RSI. Okay, be careful. We'll come back to that in a minute. We saw our low right here again on July 20th, 2021, a date that gave us 14 in the calculator on numerology, which XRP equals 14. We saw the XRP equals 14. We know. We also saw, what else gave us 14? Leo. We're coming up on Leo, the 32nd week of the month. The year coming up soon, around August 9th, 32nd week of the year. We're seeing Leo equals 32 in numerology. It equals the 14. We saw the low on a 14 calculator date, but we also saw it on a date with 68 numerology